Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Becker, and today we're going to talk about panic attacks and what to do when you are finding yourself in the middle of one. So it's a scary thing, right? Panic attacks. Panic attacks are they're different from anxiety attacks. Usually the person that has a panic attack probably has anxiety attacks as well. Anxiety attacks, those are coming. It's from high stress. It's from worrying about something. It's from being in a situation where you're really fearful. You can usually feel those coming. Panic attacks are a whole different ballgame. Panic attacks are when you all of a sudden they're there. Like all of a sudden you feel like you're freaking dying, right? All of a sudden they are just like a freaking boulder. They just topple on you and fall on you, and you're just like stricken. You're scared to death. You're just stuck in this hole, in this dark abyss of fear. I myself suffered from anxiety attacks and panic attacks. I had panic attacks, I don't know, probably maybe just a few months, thank God. And it was the scariest thing of my life because I literally thought I was dying. I will never forget, I was in the movies, I was in a theater with my then boyfriend, and all of a sudden I just was like I had this weird, it was almost hard to explain. It was like this weird feeling come over me of like a detachment, like I wasn't even myself anymore, but I had this weird like chill run through my body. And I remember getting up going, okay, I'm just going to go to the bathroom, right? Because I felt like I had to get out of there. And I got up and I went to the bathroom, and I was just like, I could hardly make my legs move. I don't know if I looked like this to everybody else, but to me, I felt like I was moving like a robot. Like, I don't know how I walked myself to the bathroom. And I got there, and I was just like panicking and fearful, and my heart was beating, and it was just, I don't know how long it lasted. Most of them last under 10 minutes. It felt like eternity. Like I literally felt like I was dying. And at that point, I don't remember what I said to him when I left, but at that point, when I came out of the bathroom, he was there, and I'm like, I got to get out of here. And, long story short, I ended up going to the doctor about it because I literally thought that I was either having a stroke or I was having a heart attack. I thought I was dying. I literally thought this could be it. It was scary because, of course, you think about things, right? You think about your like for me, I thought about my sons and how I didn't want to leave them. And, it was just horrible. It was horrible. So I went to the doctor. He told me that I just needed to learn to relax, that there was nothing wrong with me, that it was just panic attacks. And he sent me home without any support. Like he made me feel like there was something wrong with me. So I say that to say there's nothing wrong with you if you suffer from panic attacks or, even the anxiety and the anxiety attacks. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just how you dealt with things, and we aren't taught how to deal with things, right? If anything, especially with all the social media now and news and everything else, we're taught fear, right? I do want to share with you my top tips on how to overcome, how to get yourself through those panic attacks, because remember, when those are happening, they're slammed. They're just right there. They hit you. If you can learn how to stop those, you can learn how to heal from them. Tip number one, the biggest thing you can do, the first time, if you have a panic attack, like the first time, you're probably going to be like what the heck? Like you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on, and you're scared to death. And I know they're sudden, but at least with me, like I could like just barely feel, I could feel the very starts, because like my head would start to feel weird, or I'd start to just feel like this, almost like this out of body thing, and my heart would start to beat. Breathe. Your number one tip to get yourself out of that panic attack, once you realize what they are, is just to breathe. Seriously, if you pay attention to your breathing when you're having one, you're having these shallow little breaths, or you're not breathing, you're holding your breath. Breathe. Take that big deep breath. Focus on your breathing. Don't focus on what's going on in your body, because that's scary, right? focus on your breathing. Take a big deep breath. Even count your breaths. Feel it in your stomach, like feel like that big deep breath, and keep breathing. Don't stop, because you're going to want to stop. It's going to be hard at first. It's going to feel like work, and just keep breathing through it and breathing through it. And that will calm that panic attack down. That will help it go away, because you're sending your body chemicals. You're telling it to calm down. You're telling your nervous system, you're trying to turn it around and flip it, and you're telling it to calm down so that you don't keep going and escalating into a full-blown panic attack. The number 2 tip that I have for you to stop your panic attack is to have that one person that you trust. It's to have that one person who has your back. It's to have that one person that you know you can rely on. I used to be a really private person, and that's not good. That's not good to be that private. But for some reason, I had told my mom about my panic attacks. I will never forget, my sons, they had went, I think, to their father's or something for the weekend, and I didn't like to be alone. I wasn't used to being alone. I had never in my life have been alone. So usually when they left, I would find something to do with friends. Well, this particular weekend, I didn't have anything to do. And I was walking through my big apartment by myself, and I just started getting this really weird feeling. I started thinking that there was somebody in there, and looking around, and I could feel it coming. I knew. I could feel that terror, and I could feel the fear and just the feeling of it coming. And I never forget picking up that phone and calling my mom, my poor mom. I called her and I was like, please don't panic, and please don't talk about it. Like, I'm having a panic attack. I need for you to talk with me about anything normal. And I heard, I could just hear her stop, and she's probably like freaking out, right? Because here I am by myself, and she knows that. I think I told her that, and she did, bless her heart, she did. She started talking about whatever we were talking about. Like, and I told her, I said, I know I'm not. I told her, I said, I feel like I'm dying, and I just need you to talk to me about something normal. It's like, I know I'm not dying, but I feel like I am. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. And she did. Like I said, she did. She was talking to me normally and about whatever. Like, I don't even remember what we talked about, but I could feel it start to calm. I could feel it start to go away. And then, of course, I kept taking the big deep breaths, and then I told her, it was gone. I thanked her, and it felt a little awkward, but it was just amazing to know that she was there. It was amazing to know that I could call her any other time and tell her that. And that was the only time I ever called her, because after that, I really dug deep on how to learn how to calm myself down and relax outside of the panic attacks, right? Like, I learned to breathe. I learned certain foods to stay away from, and of course I worked out, because that helps, getting rid of all that inner energy helps. It helps to work out. This tea, and I can never pronounce it right, like chamomile or chamomile or however it's pronounced. Like, I learned that helps calm you down. So I would start to drink that when I kind of felt anxious, or kind of felt like maybe I was going to have a panic attack, or I would start to drink that, and that would totally calm me down. Usually that put me to sleep. But I had just learned, I prayed, and I just learned, for me, the things that worked for me were those things. And there were certain situations in my life also that were weren't favorable for me, like the guy I was dating at that time. And when we broke up, and when I removed myself from other situations, or changed certain things about my life, or made decisions that benefited me and my family, seriously, that made all the difference. Like, the panic attacks just went away. And yes, after that, I had to learn how to be relaxed and how to live a relaxed life, and know that I am safe, and it's okay, and that I am safe in this world, and to learn to trust myself and believe in myself and love myself, and how to just have that inner trust. I check my breath a lot. Like, it's like, okay, or my face. Like, I realized that my face I would always tighten my face, and I probably look like, I was getting ready to get hit by a car, like, I'm not sure how I look to other people, but like, now those things I pay attention to. Like, I could feel if my jaw is tightening, or I could feel if I'm shallow breathing, or if I'm frowning, or whatever I'm doing. So I'm learning, like, I'm still learning, guys. Today, I'm still learning how to make myself relax. So I just want to share these tips with you. There's really no one answer, but you know, I knew for me, I didn't want to be put on medication. I just did not want to be on medicine. So I really worked to heal myself, and you can do the same. And I do want to put a side note on this video that if you are having a really super hard time with it, and you know, it's also maybe you have depression and maybe even thoughts of hurting yourself, like please reach out and seek the help of somebody who can help you through it, because strong people seek help. I just want to encourage you to do that as well. So thank you for joining me today on this heavier subject, but I think it's one that plagues a lot of people. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. And if there are any other tips that you have used for yourself, please comment below and tell me, and then it can help anybody else that watches this video. And if it's helped you, please like my video. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day, guys. Bye.